master connected with Pyramid Future Societies movement. He is doing meditation from past 2 decades, and he is also running a center in Gadwal of Telangana state, India. So let us start with meditation. Let me explain you how to do meditation. Please clasp your hands like this. Sit in a very comfortable posture. You can sit on the chair, you can sit on the cot, or you can sit normal, natural, tender, soft breath. When you are connected with your own self, you go deep within you. As it is said in Bhagavad Gita, that if you connect with your own self, here your own self means your soul. If you connect with your own soul, it acts like a friend. If you don't connect with your own soul, it acts like an enemy. So it is our basic responsibility to connect with our own friend who is within our body, that is soul. The process of connecting with our own self or our own soul is meditation. And this process is called the Anapanasati technique of meditation or the breath meditation. Just be with your breath. Observe how you are inhaling. Observe how you are exhaling. And this is the procedure of doing meditation. Just be with your breath, my dear friends. Let us listen to the nice music of Raghupati Raghav Rajaram favorite song of Mahatma Gandhi and do meditation.
ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सन्मति दे भगवान ईश्वर सन्मति दे भगवान ईश्वर अल्लाह तेरो नाम सबको सन्मति दे भगवान रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम
Just be with your breath. Forget about your past. Forget about your future. You are now connected with your own breath. Breath, the guru. Breath is the master. Now you are connected with the master. Just be with your breath. Be with the master. Just be with your friends, my dear friends. Last 5 minutes, just be with your breath. Just be with your breath. Lot of process is happening within us. you can feel the bright white light coming to you. Forget about the past, forget about the future. Let us be in the present and let's be with our own breath.
simultaneously listening to me. Today's topic, my dear friends, is the role of physical and spiritual sciences. We have in our education system, we are learning in our academics in order to be excellent in our performances and to experience the life in a easy and happy way. So we have basically and prominently two sciences. In fact, we have three sciences. Generally, in the society, we have physical sciences and metaphysical sciences. These two are there. Physical sciences is broadly studied, widely studied, whereas metaphysical sciences are taught sparingly in certain colleges, in certain institutions it is studied. In addition to these two sciences, my dear friends, we have spiritual metaphysical sciences. And generally it is not taught in schools and studies. That's why many of us are not aware of these sciences. The third kind of the greatest science, which is the origin and foundation for all other sciences, is spiritual metaphysical sciences. This is generally called as spiritual science. Okay. In local languages, it is called Adhyatmika Shastra in Kannada, in Telugu. Adhyatmik Shastra in our national language, Hindi. Okay. And in English, it is called spiritual sciences, as you know. And the science is there. It's not that it is not known to the people. Everybody knows spiritual science. Only thing is that it is not studied in detail. We are not having any sort of direct use of that. What is visible to the eyes, what is available to us, what is accessible to us for study with the open eyes is getting priority, so that we are studying that. And we are all done with that. Why? Because our time is occupied entirely with this objective science. We are getting engaged day in and day out with that. And that is physical sciences. So the theme of this class is what is the importance of physical science and what is the importance of spiritual metaphysical sciences. That is called spiritual sciences. So spiritual science embraces both metaphysical and spiritual metaphysical sciences broadly. Minutely, if you want to study, we can study especially metaphysical sciences. And then you can study spiritual metaphysical sciences, which are two different compartments. But based on closely, they are related to each other. One gives rise to entry into the other. So, my dear masters, basically spiritual sciences, incorporating metaphysical sciences also, and then physical sciences on the other side. These two things are chiefly important for us to understand in order to live our life meaningfully here or purposefully here. Okay. So now let us understand what is the importance, the extent of utility, extent of importance this physical science has amongst us. Okay, masters. Physical science is founded on spiritual science only. Okay. So the physical sciences are basically dealing in elements science, my dear masters. Elements science. Elements means what? Elements is the substratum, particles. Elements are the basis for all synthesis, for all sorts of other kinds of derivatives. The elements are required. Element is the basic structure, basic thing which is needed, which can be used in multiple uh, ways. The elements are the structures, or the elements are the basic ingredients of this universe. With the ingredients, you can make many substances or things. Okay. What are those elements? So every one of us knows they are the land, water, fire, air, and ether. Prithvi, Tejo, Vayu, Akasha in Sanskrit. Land is studied in geology, water is studied in hydrology, fire is studied in the science of light and heat, air is the chemistry, chemical structures, air, water, gas and vapor. It is like that, forms of chemistry it is. Then ether. What is ether? Ether is shunya, emptiness. Ether is emptiness, sky, the whole thing which is not having anything is called ether. Ether is space, the space technology. There is a science on space technology. So this reveals the science of ether. Okay. So we can understand this. All the 5 elements are very important, as every one of the elements is equally important. So now let us understand earth. That is first element studied in geology. It has got components of mineral science, minerals. It has got geology will deal with minerals also. What are the minerals? Like metals, stones, or some other things, which we have on this earth. All those things are incorporated in geology itself. Or mineral science separately also it is there. Then secondly, we have plant kingdom also is there to study. On this earth, it is based on the earth science. Plants are born on the earth. Okay. Plant kingdom is in fact the fruits, the vegetables, and the grains. All these things are the products of plant kingdom. This is studied in botany, in academics. Many of us understand this. And basically, the plant kingdom is serving the humanity by means of becoming food. It is the food of all the species. The plant kingdom entirely is the food for all the species on this earth planet. Humans can consume vegetables. In fact, that is the only food which we are supposed to take. What is that? We take vegetables, we take fruits, we take grains and everything, whatever coming out of plant kingdom. Okay. Humans, as well as animals, as well as other birds, insects, reptiles, entirely what is sea life, even the fish and etc. in the sea, they dwell on the vegetables in the sea. Okay, they are all they also take that sort of uh, which are coming from plant kingdom. And then sky life also is based on that. It takes water and all those things. And when once they land on the planet Earth, they go for vegetable food. So majority and almost all the creation, all the species are dependent on this plant kingdom for food. But some people are also making animal kingdom as food. That is not accepted or admitted in uh, the science of humanity. The food is only vegetables, and everybody has got the structure of digestive system according to this. Okay. So animals are living for their life. They are not the food for others. Okay. They kill other small insects. That is a different issue. That based on the different law of karma is there. So that is a sort of system existing in the universe. But humans eating animals is nowhere said, and it is not correct because animals are not the food. That is the basic truth. The food is plant kingdom only because there is no violence. If we take food, if you take fruits, another fruit will come. If you cut a branch of a tree, another branch will come. Okay, but in animals or insects or whatever it is, if they are hurt or if they are killed for food, what happens? Then they die. They don't come back again. Life is lost. Okay, so this is coming under the violence. So we should not incur violence on any life here. Some people argue that the plant kingdom has also got life. It is true, but plant kingdom does not have that much of consciousness to respond and react. Okay, so the cause of violence is, or quantum of violence is very, very minimal, very, very less. So the plant kingdom actually feels happy if they are used by the other habitants of this earth, like humans and animals. Okay, so if they feel very grateful. If you cut a fruit, it will give another fruit. Then they feel sorry. Then they will stop giving fruit. It is like that. So, my dear masters, so this plant kingdom is very important. And then synthesis, these clothes and shelters, we are all getting from other. So mineral, the stones and everything will be useful for shelter. And then for clothing and all those things, for cotton and everything is coming from the earth. Okay. So we are all getting all our necessities from the planet, that is called food, cloth, and shelter. Understand? The earth planet is so useful that it is giving everything what is needed for the habitats to live on. And then we have anthropology, that is human anatomy, and zoology is animal anatomy. So we are only studying these things, whatever available to the open eyes. And then water is studied, hydrology for all, and air chemistry is for all, humans as well as all. And then space scientists, space science, that is ether, that is time and space for all people it is needed. Okay, so these are all basically elements, and our universe is made up of these things, and human body also is made up of these five elements. Everything is made up of these five elements. And further, physical science discipline is focused on money, clothes, and shelter. We are all engaged and giving all our attention. Our focus is only on building up this sort of shelter for us and have some coverage for the body, for the weather protection. Clothing is necessary. And then the nourishing the body, we have to feed the food. Okay. So we are in search of all these three things. And physical sciences, and with open eyes, we can only engage ourselves in dealing with all these matters, all these things, procuring all these things which are important for us to get on the life. That is called, it is for earning, and getting results of our performance, and then feel comfort with them. So this is all the end point of physical science. What is the targets of physical science? Normally, we want to earn some money or whatever it is, earn some goods or whatever it is, and then we get result for our work, whatever we do, and then we feel comfort with that. If we get some money, we can nourish our body, we can feed ourselves, and then be happy with that. But all these things are temporary. Again and again you have to do. Once you earn, it's not sufficient. Once you take food, it's not sufficient. It's a cycle. It's going on, you should going on repeating, and we are lost in that. Okay. Of course, this is a must. We cannot escape this. You have to take food. You cannot escape. And you have to perform to have some sort of supply of food and clothing and everything. Because this is becoming a challenge for us because it depends on the availability of that sources. How much of stocks are there, that much of people only can be fed. But when people are in greater number, when the demand is more, then there is a struggle for existence, how to pick up. That lands us all in a sort of sorrowful state. This is all what is going on as on today. Okay. But anyway, we have to look after the body development, and we have to look after our roti kapda or makan, and we have to be a sort of good name and fame we should have. We should lead a decent life, and we must have some sort of helping nature. We must have some all our desires are there, and in this struggle for procuring whatever we need, we should be able to win over them. Okay, we should be able to have our own share in this, all the products. Okay, for that now we should strive, now we should work, because there is a challenge in the society to share this. The sharing is becoming uneven, and then struggle for existence starts. So in this we should be very efficient. We should be able to get on with this sort of life. Okay, so for this we need a sort of good physical sciences. We should be experts in taking up jobs, better earning, and better procurement, and better share of the resources in this earth planet. And we should have better shelter, and we should have personal needs and necessities we must procure. So this is what physical sciences is supposed to give us, and we need this. So physical science is very important for us. Okay, but this is all purchasable things. This is all procurable here. This is all temporary things that we should remember. This is not the only permanent thing. But there is certain aspects which are important in the. They are all in the spiritual science orbit. So what is that? So in this, the challenge in the materialistic world to have our share of either joy or our share of comfort or our share of need or necessity. So we are forgetting the other part that we will just recover, we will just remember, we will just revive it, we will see what it is. Okay. Artha is okay, that is purchasable things. But there is some paramartha also is there. What is we are not able to lay our hand there as on today. Okay. But let us at least understand what is that we lost. Okay. Hello. Okay. Then physical science is a possessive science. Let us understand. Possessive means that getting, acquiring, It is just objective science that is based on the visible objects. Understand? Visible objects. Whatever available to the eyes, we study that. And it is informatory always. It is not a sort of discriminatory faculty. Whatever available thing, we have to check up. That's it. Whether something is there, we have to deal with that only. You cannot invent, you cannot discover, you cannot innovate things. Okay. So this sort of physical science is unable to give you something new altogether. Okay. For that, For that we have to look into in a deeper knowledge. What is that knowledge? We'll understand now. Then all these science is around elements only. There is earth, water, fire, air, and skies, ether. Okay. And then in the physical science, in the anatomy, we find that these sciences are understood by left brain. Okay, left brain where every individual, every species has got left and right. Okay, the left brain is on only a sort of visibility. Okay, whatever it sees, it will analyze things. That's it. Okay, much more inventions and innovation and discrimination, all these things are very fractional. It is not or decimal, we'll say, or minimal. It doesn't have that sort of faculty. Okay, so the left brain is always on the physical aspects. Okay, and it will only maximum. It will create new things by mix of the elements available. Whatever available projects, those things only they can make up. Say some water is there. So the water can be taken and mixed with another product, another physical element. Say some sort of fruit is there. So water and fruit juice, no, they will mix up and make it a juice, isn't it? Oh, it is like that. They give some color. So beautiful colors it will be there. So whatever it is, synthesis we'll say. Synthesis. We take cotton and we have to weave it and make a cloth. Okay. So there is a synthesis. It is not new thing, but it's a mix of things already available. That is called synthesis. We are not going to discover or reinvent anything here. Whatever available thing, we'll mix it up. That is called synthesis, physical science. Okay, understand? So, and see and learn from visibles. All these sciences are only see and learn. That is, you see and learn. So somebody does something, we can also do that. Somewhere it has been done, then we can learn how it was done. That much only we can see. And we have senses and we enjoy things, whatever visible things. You go to a sort of a Hampi or any sort of tourist places, enjoy the things, whatever available there. Okay. And new things you cannot enjoy. Whatever available things you see, the available sculptors and the architect, all those things we can see and enjoy. So there our senses are there and get satisfied with that. Okay. So these are the things with the physical science which we are uh, able to experience. Okay. So this is physical science. And we'll see this video. This is based on only 7:37 minutes are there. Okay, it's all right. Then we'll see this video. Okay, it is 12:40.
Some call me nature.
You can see this. A beautiful nature is before us, all made up of 5 elements.
Mother Nature. I've been here for over 4.5 billion years. 22,500 times longer than you. I don't really need people, but people need me.
This is the nature,
Yes, your future
before
depends
us.
on me. When I thrive, you thrive.
Yes.
When I falter, you falter. Or worse. But I've been here for eons. I have fed
Trees, forests, mountains,
and I have starved species.
deserts, okay,
My
rivers,
fields,
oceans,
my soil,
everything is there. What is not there?
streams, my forests. How you choose to live each day, whether you regard or disregard me, doesn't really matter to me. One way or the other. Your actions will determine your fate, not mine. I am nature. I will go on. I am prepared to evolve. Are you?
Yeah. So this is the uh, about the nature. Nature is always there. Okay. So the beautiful nature is before us, and we are here to make use of that. And in the way what we have discussed, we have to lead a decent life with the available resources, with a minimum damage to others, and minimum damage to the nature. Okay. So nature is, in fact, it does not require us. We require the nature. And the physical sciences teach us how to make use of these resources in a beautiful way, in a perfect way, in a harmonious way. So we have to understand the physical sciences, and efficiently we have to deal with the material. This is materialistic world, okay, on this earth planet. Now, masters, there is a time limit is there for the tune, so we will take up this. We will continue this tomorrow regarding the spiritual science. Okay, deal with. We have now talked about physical science alone. Okay, and now we will go into a mode of meditation, which gives us uh, to the immense, uh, immense innovative ways of our lifestyles, okay, of our meaningful life, of achieving our purposes in human realm. Okay, so I request Srikant Garu to take over further, and we'll continue this topic tomorrow with the captain, with the caption as, with the title as spiritual science in the modern society, role of spiritual science. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss that. So thank you very much for listening to me on this great topic. Okay, so my dear masters, I would like to give a sort of a hint that physical sciences are very important for humanity in order to lead a decent life. Okay, tomorrow we'll discuss about spiritual science and what are the benefits out of that. Thank you very much.
Request all the participants, since we have very short time left, if you have any doubts, you can directly shoot now. So
Yes.
today we have Bharati Ashok. V. Mallikarjun has joined today with us.
Good.
So you can unmute and you can ask the questions, or you can. We have a chat box here. You can type your questions there also.
Hi, sir. I'm
Hi.
Mallikarjun.
Hi. Yes.
Welcome,
How
Mallikarjun.
are you?
Hi, sir.
Great
Yes,
that
sir.
you are here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So your academical study should be very great. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And all the physical sciences are very important for the human
Yeah.
realm.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Tomorrow we'll see how spiritual science is also equally important. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm thinking of writing a book on spiritual science, sir.
Very
Oh,
good.
fantastic. Good idea. Good idea. You can do so.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll help you. If you want anything, take the assistance of your elders,
Yes,
and
sir.
you can also seek some assistance from us if you need. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Do it. Carry on. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing right things like this.
Yes, sir.